back when it was common for everybody to walk around barefoot with no shoes on.
You just said barefoot with no shoes on.
Sometimes you just explain things.
Okay. Carry on as you were.
Welcome to the second and final episode of Weight of Manhood. This is where I'm supposed to start. Mm-hmm. But we're going to have a more casual about something about it being hot in here. It's hot in here. It's hot in here today. It's like, 86, 87 outside, which is not that bad. We know. It's been a hot summer. But there's no AC in here, which is good because we're getting stronger and healthier.
Yeah. AC makes you
weak
and lazy.
Just weak.
Yeah.
And we don't accept weakness here. Anyway, welcome to the second episode of Weight of Manhood. This is Adam. Excuse me. I'm Ethan. And we're excited to talk to you guys today about a bunch of things that we almost started probably talking about last week and had to cut ourselves off.
Before we go any further, there is something I want to say.
Okay.
Until you have seen yourself on video and heard yourself on video, you don't realize all your quirks. I guess quirks is
That's a nice way to put it.
Yeah.
You talking about me or you?
Oh, I'm talking about me.
Okay, good. I didn't see any on mine.
No, I didn't see any of yours. I'm struggling right now to be still.
Yeah.
Because I watched the video and I was all over the place.
Well, you can be the mover and I'll be the
shaker.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
But also, and I will pause a lot, just like I told you the other day, just to try to keep from saying so and and you know, and who knows what else I say. I did not realize that I even say the word so.
Yeah.
I said it a lot.
You did say it a lot, but we did kind of take a poll of some people we know this morning, and they didn't have a problem with the so. Ums and uhs they agree with.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I have a lot to work on. Anyway, carry on.
Okay. At first I did not like hearing myself either. But then I just realized, well, that idiot's just going to sound like that. I might as well just keep going. God's brought us here for a reason, right? So
that's right.
We can't turn back now.
That's right.
But we wanted to start out today with just discussing a definition of what the weight of manhood is. Obviously, the podcast is called that. We keep talking about it. And I think most of our listeners probably have figured out what we're talking about. But to kind of put it in a package, we talked about it this week, and we kind of think we've got a working definition, subject to, I'm sure, changes from us as we go along. Figure this out together on this journey. Right now, what we believe the weight of manhood is the responsibility to fulfill. I'm going to start that over. The responsibility to fulfill all of your duties to the maximum potential. It's to bring yourself, your best self, to every role you possess. Whatever that looks like, that's the weight. Because as we were talking about earlier, if you didn't care, the weight's meaningless. There's no weight.
Right.
You haven't picked it up because you're not concerned enough to show up. So, and that can take any role. Not being stressed about feeding your family. I'm sure that there's guys out there that don't care. Or as long as the bills are paid, they're not trying to take that next step up or whatever. Not that you have to be overly ambitious and keep going, but they don't feel a weight from that because they don't care enough. And I'm not saying necessarily we're always right with the weight that we carry, but it is the weight.
Well, and not to take this a whole different direction, but you made mention of, kind of not doing extra or not
Yeah.
whatever it was, it slipped my mind. But I have known a lot of guys that, and not that this is a bad thing, but I've known a lot of guys that weren't concerned with bettering themselves,
Yeah.
that were okay with where they were. And yeah, at times that's okay. But when you're thinking about your family and wanting better for them,
Yeah.
you've got to have that deep desire,
Drive. Yeah.
to go above and beyond.
And it doesn't have to be, like we said, overly ambitious. You don't have to say, my family needs me to make millions every year.
Right.
But if you're worried about paying your bills that month, if you have a night where your wife had a rough day and doesn't feel like cooking, and you can't take this, because I say this because this is the position that we're in right now. But I feel the weight and I'm working on it. If my wife has a bad day, I have to go check the bank account to see if I can afford to bring something home. So I feel that as a weight. I have to fix it. Again, it's not nothing overly ambitious. I'm not talking about anything extravagant. Just,
Well, let's just take, for instance, if, say, one of your kids wants to go on a field trip.
yeah. So that's happened to me recently too. Or like last year, my son played football, and it was tough buying him all the equipment. And I don't like that. I'm not satisfied there, so I'm gonna fix it. And that's a weight that I carry.
And it's not that it's not the telling your kids no.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right. It's not being able to provide them with something that they want to do.
Yeah, and a pretty normal thing.
Yeah, and especially, well, they're good kids.
Yeah.
So it's not like, well, he's not appreciative. They are.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, do you want me to? I guess I can talk a little bit about my kids.
Yeah.
So Adam told you guys last week about his family. So
because I kind of controlled the conversation.
he talked a lot last week,
I
as
did.
we found out when we rewatched it.
I had a lot to say.
You did. Hopefully, you have a lot to say for weeks and months, and hopefully years to come.
Yep.
I'm married. My wife and I have been married now for, I can do this. It's 2025, 4 years almost. Yep. Yep. We have a 2-year-old, a 10-year-old boy, and a almost 13-year-old girl. And she's probably going to watch this, so we'll just leave it there. I love you, sweetheart. Daddy loves you. But teenage girls are a challenge.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Which, we have 2 girls.
Yeah.
So when they are about 13, they get possessed by something. But I'll give you some reassurance here. About 18 or so, they come back.
Okay. So just 5 years of pain.
Mm-hmm. And I don't understand. I don't get it, but
it's got to be like hormonal, right?
Yeah. But and they don't mean anything by it. But well,
Were you able to channel it into a way to better yourself? Were you able to take any of their criticisms or behaviors and use it to look inward?
No, I just spent a lot of time in the bathroom crying.
Oh. That is one tactic you can use, guys. So we're going to offer some helpful advice and tactics that you might be able to use to help bear that weight. Crying in the bathroom. Write that down. And you can tell people about it if you want on a podcast.
Mm-hmm. You know, sometimes things like that, they just slip out, and then there's no going back. You know, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube.
Yeah, you can't. And now we're all processing that image.
Yeah.
So just cry in the bathroom. Let me write. Well, the one I've got on the way is did I say I have one? I have one on the way. Due in 3 months, 3.5 months or so, and it's another boy. So we'll have 3 boys in the house and 1 teenage girl, which I'm sure they won't get on her nerves at all.
So, and again, I don't mean to monopolize the conversation. Our girls, when they were gone.
Yeah.
When not that they couldn't wait to get away from us. It's that they left home.
Yeah. At 18 or before?
One of them was before.
Yeah.
But, so I said that to say this. My wife says all the time that forever she lived in a frat house because it was her. The girls were gone.
Girls were gone.
It was her, the 3 boys, and myself. And yeah, she felt like she lived in a frat house.
You guys are pretty high testosterone too.
Yeah. And I mean, she probably still has nightmares of the things that she saw, heard, smelled. You know?
That's a big one. The smells are rough. So your house just stank for however many years.
Yeah.
Your poor wife.
We had to move. You know?
I had the house burned down somehow. If you're with the insurance company, don't call me.
Okay, I got us way off topic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my family. So about to have 4 kids. We're probably not done yet, depending on what the Lord's got in store for us. But I'm 35, and I told my wife at 40, that's the cutoff. I don't want to be almost in my 60s at a high school graduation, which I still will be, but a little bit closer. So, yeah that's them. As Adam said last week, I'm a personal trainer. I guess we can go ahead and move into that if you want to.
Sure.
All right.
So I said so.
You said so. I did too, at the same time.
Okay.
Why don't you go ahead?
I was just going to ask you, how was your week?
My week was good.
Good.
I'm not ever going to change that answer, though. It's good. And if it's not good, it's good.
Something I say over and over and over every day is living the dream.
Every day.
Yes. My wife has even gotten me a little thing by my bed that says living the dream. I have something on my desk in my office that says living the dream. So during the day, I constantly have people ask, how are you today?
Living the dream.
Living the dream. Every day's a holiday.
Yeah. Is every day like that for you?
No, but I make it sound that way.
You manifest it.
Yeah.
That's real popular right now. Manifesting. Things.
Is that like manifesting? Have you ever heard of doing a power pose? Like before you go in to do a presentation, or just stand in front of the mirror and just for a couple of minutes, do the power pose.
Yeah. Before you go in like a
Job interview
or
something like that. It changes your
brain chemistry.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What were we talking about just now? Living the dream.
Couldn't tell you.
Living the dream. Manifesting it. Yeah.
Yep.
I tell people that too. And I also like to say, after something bad happens, if this is the worst thing that happens today, it's going to be a great day.
That's right.
And something worse probably is going to happen. But then I'll say it again. Mm-hmm. And, this last year for me has been tough. So for the last year, I've worked 40 to 60 hours at a full-time job, and then worked usually 3 to 4 hours after that doing personal training on the side. As of this week coming up, I am leaving my full-time position and taking my training company full-time without currently the clients to support, well, definitely not to support our current lifestyle, but probably not even to support the family. Because I can't take on any new clients while working this full-time job. And I really don't have time to work on the business working so much. And because my wife and I have prayed about it for a year, we talked about it for a year, we feel like this is where God is leading us. Who are we to say no? So we've got to take the jump. And I might get emotional during this part. So just pretend like I'm in the bathroom crying. My wife and I told you about this a few weeks ago, a month ago, I don't know, time is stretchy, sent me a text one morning and said, I think you should just go for it. I think you should just quit your job. Now, this is a woman who is a stay-at-home mom, raising a toddler full-time, the 2 older children every weekend, and one on the way, who is telling me to quit my full-time job because she believes in me so much. Excuse me. She believes in me so much and has faith that God is leading us down that path. And, we talked about this whole podcast experience. It's kind of been a humbling experience, kind of, well, who are we to do this? We're just 2 guys that have lived through a bunch of crap, and we want to help anybody we can. And I think sometimes, man, who am I? Who am I to think I can jump ship from a full-time job, a steady full-time job on salary, and that she would trust me just to catch us? And so, you talk about drive. Sometimes it's handed to you on a platter. Sometimes it doesn't have to come from inside. Now I have to hit the ground running and just go for it. Mm-hmm. So stay tuned. You guys will get some updates, definitely, because I won't be able to keep them all inside.
So how heavy is that weight?
It gives you shaky legs. Mm-hmm. When you step out with a heavy squat and you're like, oh boy, my legs are already shaking and I got to squat this thing. That's how I feel right now. I've already got shaky legs, and this week is when the magic happens.
I know I touched on this last week, that we read a lot. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the books I read say a lot about risk. And a lot of people, they don't excel.
Yeah.
Because they're afraid of risk.
Yeah.
They're afraid of the unknown. Most people would not do what you've done.
Yeah.
They just wouldn't.
And I wouldn't have 2 or 3 years ago. God waited until he had made me ready to bear that weight.
Mm-hmm. Well, and just like when you and I were talking the other day, and you said that about feeding your family. You may not be able to feed your family.
Yeah.
But God can.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, thankfully.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's days where man, I wake up and I do not feel up to the task.
Yeah.
But you know, we read a lot, but we also watch motivational people, not necessarily like motivational speakers, but guys who have gone before us and done the stuff we want to do, and it's showing up. And do you remember that old movie, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, the claymation one?
Yeah.
They got the Winter Warlock, and he says you got to put one foot in front of the other.
Yeah.
Every day, baby.
That's right. I hadn't thought about that in forever.
We watch it every Christmas.
Huh.
Yep. So that's where I'm at. This week's going to be start of something exciting, not scary, because I do believe that this is just from God, but anxious. I'm anxious. And that's okay. Because if you're not, you don't care enough, I think.
Yeah.
Because you can be anxious and faithful, I think.
Well, and I've always said I'm a worrier,
Yeah.
but I'm really not.
Yeah.
I don't worry about things like that, but I do focus on a lot of things like that. Just, I know he's got this, and not that I'm trying to do it myself, but I put a lot of thought into things. My business.
Yeah.
I do. I put a lot of thought into it. And like I say, it's not worry.
But you're the tool he's using.
Right.
You have to show up. You have to show up and put one foot in front of the other. And then you have to let him use you. Mm-hmm. Tools don't always work. Oh.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Yep. There you go. And full circle.
Yep.
That's the intro music we're using right now. Maybe not by the time you guys are hearing this episode, but tentatively,
Yeah.
that's what we've got.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention it though, just in case that's not what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've got going on. We're calling this segment The Rundown.
What did I miss?
Yeah. Yeah. This segment's called The Rundown.
Okay.
So now yours. What'd you do last week?
Okay. Yeah.
I was is a segue. Yeah. You know how segue spelled? Segue. How weird is that? Segue. Segue. It can't be it's not American. I'll tell you that one. You know, that's some foreign word. That was not a smooth segue because I recognized it as a segue. This segment's called The Rundown. Adam, what you got going on right now?
Isn't a Segway? No. Don't you ride a Segway?
I think mostly you faceplant on them, is what I've seen on the internet. That's spelled Segway. I guess that's a play on words.
Okay. So
what's up?
Well, I don't want to say I had an uneventful week. It was, well, every week for me is eventful. I'm blessed to where I see different people all the time. And I love talking to folks. But so this week I was with a buddy of mine, Eric, which in the first episode we touched on their wellness center in, did we say? Can we say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's in Batesville, Arkansas.
Because when we do the special episode, we're gonna.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna say where we are.
Now, if he didn't like you, I'd say maybe don't tell him where it is.
Yeah. Well, surely he likes me.
Let's hope.
So anyway, so I was at Eric and Stephanie's in Batesville, Arkansas, and the name of their place is Oasis Wellness, which Ethan and I have talked about it. We would like to tentatively
Got it that time.
yeah, try to go sometime in October to check out their place and do a segment there.
We probably should have told our videographer what our plans were for going in October before he had to find out during the filming of this episode. Don't tell him I said that.
Yeah, I'm going to make a note of that.
Yeah, just write that down.
Yeah. So, at some point, we're going to go to their place. But it was really cool. They're super excited about their wellness center. I got to see the hyperbaric chamber. They've got a row of massage chairs. Can we edit that out?
No, that's staying in. My God, Gary.
Why
don't you tell us about those?
Yeah, they have a row of massage chairs. They're going to have grounding mats. They've got the...
What's that, like natural electricity through your feet?
Yeah, it's pretty much... Have you studied much on grounding? I've got a buddy that... And I may have said all of this last week.
You didn't say anything about grounding last week.
Okay. So I've got a buddy of mine. He has been big into grounding for quite some time. And just taking off your shoes, going walking around out in the yard. And it has so many health benefits.
Unless you get hookworms. Can I sidetrack you just a little bit here? We're going to circle back.
Okay.
Do you know why most of the rest of America, and in fact the world, has a perception of us Southerners as slower?
Why?
Back when it was common for everybody to walk around barefoot with no shoes on, they would get hookworms in their feet. And go ahead and interrupt my story. That's fine.
No, you just said barefoot with no shoes on.
Those are the same thing. Sometimes you just explain things.
Okay. Carry on as you were.
Welcome to the second and final episode of Weight of Manhood. So anyway, these hookworms would get in their feet, and parasites aren't good for you, really ever.
They're not?
Unless they have a symbiotic relationship. That's a good word. Anyway, and it was associated with cognitive decline. So literally the Southerners would be slower talking, slower thinking because of these parasites that had nothing to do with genetics or cultural or anything like that. And so the rest of the world started perceiving Southerners as kind of dumb.
Interesting.
But modern medicine has pretty much eradicated that, which is why grounding is okay now. Why don't you tell us about it a little more? You take your shoes off and go outside.
Yeah. And it has so many health benefits. So, but now they make these mats where you don't have to go out in the yard.
And get hookworm.
Yeah, exactly. So, but they have red light therapy. They got the cryogenic cell. So when we're there, there's another gentleman that's going to be there, Lance. He is, between him and Eric, they'll fill us in on, the benefits of all of that.
So I don't have to study up first.
No.
Okay.
No. But while we were there, we went next door to Nature's Market.
Okay.
Really, really cool store. I would suggest looking both of them up on Facebook, Oasis Wellness and Nature's Market. I talked to Megan at Nature's Market, and she's hilarious. You watch some of their reels on Facebook. They're really funny. But Everything there in their store is natural. I saw some really interesting stuff. I could have and should have bought a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I wasn't coming back home.
Yeah.
Immediately. So, but when we're there, I plan on buying a lot of stuff. It was really cool. And they have, between Oasis Wellness and Nature's Market, I mean, they're embracing wellness.
Yeah.
And like we talked about last week, about just our eating habits and how so many things that we're eating, they're killing us.
Mm-hmm. Which is really a hot topic right now. Mm-hmm. Everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I always tell my clients too, and this is sort of related, that, it's a common misconception that if you do ab workouts, you will burn fat off your stomach.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't. You can't spot reduce fat.
Nope.
You just have to be in a caloric deficit. And anyway, but they asked me what exercises we can do. I'm like, well, we can work out all day, but if you don't change your diet, and I mean a lifestyle change of your diet, then what we do here is temporary at best, if we can even achieve results. So I always tell them abs are made in the kitchen.
Yep.
And as you can see, I like to consider myself a strength athlete. I don't do bodybuilding, so there's no need to be as shredded as Adam here.
Oh, I am not shredded, but I will say, I've seen the video of you in your prime. Was it video or just pictures? I can't remember.
I probably showed you a video of some of my bigger lifts back in the day. We can't get into that. You know what I used to be able to do? We can't start that.
I used to could.
Yeah. No used to coulds.
Okay.
But I did used to could a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway, bring it back. Nature's Market. We're going to go there too.
Yep.
Hopefully talk to Megan. And then you said Eric and Lance at Oasis.
Yep.
So that'll be exciting. We'll try to go next month. And
yeah, I'm
that'll
looking
be
forward to it.
At least one episode all in itself, if not a few.
Yep, that's right. And as we talked about this morning with John Harris, so we may be doing our fast in the same month. Yeah. So.
Yep. Which obviously you guys know I'm super excited for. Super excited to fast. Love not eating. Well, you mentioned last week having to force feed. And I do sometimes. There's some meals, but for the most part, I can get them down pretty easy. I didn't used to. I used to could not. When I was training strongman, I was on like 8,000 to 10,000 calories a day. That's tough. It's tough to eat that much food.
I used to.
It's okay, go ahead.
Used to could.
Yeah.
I used to wake up in the night just to go eat.
Yeah.
I would wake up generally about 2:00 and eat and go back to bed. Yeah.
Sacrifices you make.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so we're excited about that trip. That'll be fun.
Yep. What else?
Well, that's what you've got going on. Anything else going on? Any weights you're carrying?
Yeah.
Are there any? Do you have any weights at all, Adam?
I do. We have a lot going on.
Yeah.
And my wife, bless her heart, she is she's pretty spent.
Yeah.
But so our oldest son is getting married next weekend. Is that right? Yeah.
Is it?
Not this coming weekend, but the following weekend.
2 weeks from right now.
Yeah. Yeah. 2 weeks from everywhere. Okay, now I lost my train of thought. Yeah.
Wedding, 2 weeks.
Yeah. So, which we're super excited. But there's just a lot, there's a lot that goes into that. And we're the type people. Our home is open. If somebody wants to do something, yeah, we'll do it at our house.
Yeah.
Which we love to entertain. We love to have people here. But so, we've got several events going on here. We're still waiting on our 4th grandbaby to get here. Bless her heart. She's
uncomfortable.
Yes, to say the least. But and for some reason, this time of year I always have so much going on this time of year, work-wise.
Yeah.
I was gone last week. I'll be gone this week. Then we got the wedding, and then I'll be gone again. So, but anyway, it's all.
Well, and we do bring it on ourselves.
Yeah.
I'm going through what I'm going through. You're going through what you're going through, and we decided podcast. It's a great time for it because we've got so much extra time and nothing to do with it.
Exactly. Yeah. Well,
in fact, let's make it a podcast where we also travel and take even more time. Take an entire weekend to do something.
Yeah. We were bored.
Yeah, I was lazy, bored, sitting on the couch one day, thought, what can I do?
Air conditioning.
That's what it was.
But air conditioning has made us weak and lazy.
So if it's hot the day we drive to Arkansas, no AC. Our wives are just going to have to suffer right alongside us. Never, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about your wife, why don't we turn on whatever she wants?
Exactly.
Both of us.
You're getting it.
Yeah. His wife's me are best friends.
So I thought it was really good this morning that Anna made the comment that our wives need their own podcast.
You thought that's a good idea? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't think they're just going to use it to share the stories that we don't want to share on here? They wouldn't. They would talk about real things, I think. The examples they would use would be, the weight I'm carrying this week is my husband, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, maybe it's not.
And we're trying our best, okay?
Yeah. Yep.
But hey, like we said last week, if something they said offends us, maybe we should look inward and see if it's something that we're doing incorrectly that we could fix.
Yeah. The pastor said something about that a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I've got it in my notes.
I'll also have it in my notes. I don't remember what he said. Today he said something cool too. It's Sunday, by the way. He said something cool today. He said that trials are from God. Temptations are from the devil. And it was the theme of the sermon was about temptation, but I just thought that was really cool about how trials, people don't look forward to trials, but why not? Why not be grateful for, like we talked about last week, the struggles we've been through and how we're now grateful for having had to go through them because it's made us who we are and it's made us be able to share with all of you guys. But reframe it in your mind that trials are great. Mm-hmm. What else would you rather be doing right now than going through a trial that's going to give you an opportunity to grow?
And I know this is a topic for another day.
Okay.
But I am a big believer in self-deprivation.
Yeah.
Just simply because my wife said this earlier, because my family has heard me say this forever.
Shut up, Ethan.
Oh, yeah, she says that a lot. But Bill's character.
That's right, buddy.
Yeah.
I love saying that.
Yeah.
Bill's character.
Bill's character. Just like, well, and I hate to keep going back to doing a fast.
We're going to do it. It's going to be pretty important. And it's important enough that we're sharing with them. You can reference it.
Yeah. And it makes you stronger.
Oh, yeah.
But like I say, I'm a firm believer in self deprivation.
Yeah.
Because it strengthens you.
I will say that having gone through this last year that I've been through, is being so busy, things that I thought I had nailed down, good habits that I thought, this is a lock, I've let slip because I've been so busy. I've used that as an excuse. And while sometimes it is, sometimes I am too busy. I have to prioritize some things. Going through this struggle has made me realize, and then starting this podcast with you and just talking about this stuff, it's made me realize more like, it's like I had a piece of paper of me, my character right now, and it's getting highlighted for me. Like we said about getting your feelings hurt and looking inward, I'm being able to do that from this podcast, from talking to you. Mm-hmm. And hopefully we can do that for these guys. Mm-hmm. And girls. If you're a girl and you want to listen to this podcast, that's fine too.
Part of that goes back to our conversation we were having just before we came in here. Telling you, struggling to speak today.
It's the heat.
It's getting to me. But we were talking about, well, help me out here. When we were in there talking about, I said that about if you had a week to live, if you found out you had a week to live, what would you regret not doing? And that led us in several different directions.
It did. And my first thought is spending time with your family. Mm-hmm. And through the process of quitting this job, I've realized I have to work every other Saturday at this job. And it's 7:30 to 4, whatever. And by the time I get home, it's around 5, maybe a little after. And so that day's pretty much gone because you got to get ready for Sunday, going to church and stuff like that. And I realized over the course of me working that job, I've missed an entire month of Saturdays that I spend with my kids. And I've only got my older kids Friday through Monday. So if I take Saturday out, that's the biggest day we have together. And so now I'm torn because first thing I'm like, well, that sucks. I can't afford to miss that many Saturdays. In 1 year, a little over a year, I've missed a month of Saturdays, a month of time with my kids that I'll never get back. We'll never have this summer of 2025 again. Mm-hmm. It'll never come back. Or this year, rather. But then I look at the guys that are in the military, like we used to be. I mean, how many days did we miss? When my daughter was 2 months old or something like that, I was out in the field for like 60, 70 days. But who am I to complain about that when there's guys that go for a year or more? Mm-hmm. They don't get to see their families. A lot of the inspirational guys we look up to are military guys. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to come across that I'm complaining. But if I had a week left, I would regret not spending more time with my kids.
Yep.
And my wife.
Yep.
And this year, sorry, I'm monopolizing now.
No, go right ahead.
This year has really, it's been tough for us. And I know we're still kind of newlyweds, but got 3 kids and 1 on the way. So it's not a typical early 20s newlywed situation. This year has been really tough on us. We don't get to see each other much. By the time I get home, she's about to put the baby down. So I get to see him for a minute. And then she puts him down. And then our weekends are so full of the kids that we don't forget about each other, but we don't prioritize it either. And it's been really tough. And thankfully, we're doing good. And God has kept us on track because, He set that path before us. He's not going to abandon us. But when I said that just now about the week, I said my kids first, and technically that's not what's supposed to come first. Your wife should come first.
Yeah.
Because in the hierarchy of things you're supposed to care about, it's supposed to be God, wife, children, and then everything else. They're still pretty high on the list. Like kids are, I'm not saying kids, they don't care.
Yeah. Well, you get lost in the day-to-day. Because, really, already.
So let's put a bow on it with this thought.
Okay. Well, but my thoughts.
I know. We'll try.
Yeah. Well,
we're not going to keep to a hard and fast this long of a podcast schedule.
No, we're
under an hour.
Yeah, because I was talking to a friend of mine about it today.
Yeah.
And he said generally, or a lot of times, if he is going to listen to a podcast, he'll look and see how long it is.
Yeah.
And if it's over like 30 minutes or so, he's like, no.
See, I'm kind of the opposite. I don't want less than 30 minutes. I like getting engaged. I like the 40 to 60 minutes. That really grabs me. Sometimes even if it's like an hour and a half, hour 20, I think this is going to be a good one. But if it's not engaging the whole time, it loses you.
Yeah. Well, we'll end it at this.
Okay. We'll save that thought you want to write it down for next week?
It's already gone.
About the wives, prioritizing your wives.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because I feel like that's a pretty big topic that we need to circle back on. I don't have any readers with me. Anyway, guys, thank you for...
What?
I was going to close it up, but you go ahead. What?
No, you go right ahead.
What were you going to say?
There are so many things that, we could have talked for another couple of hours.
Yeah.
But we will come back to all these things.
Yeah.
We're going to have plenty of time together.
Plenty. For better or worse? For better. It's better. I love Adam. He's awesome. Anyway, guys.
Now you can close.
This is Adam. I'm Ethan. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Way to Manhood.